Now our entities are created, and next thing that we will gonna do, we will create DTOs. Now let's create new package com.radman.spring DTO. We have category entity and product entity. Now let's create DTOs. First let's create, it's not enum, we need a class category DTO. And we will also implement serializable. And let's open the entity and let's copy these fields. ID and also the name. We have two fields only. Okay, we will have same fields like in entity, and now we just need to generate getters and setters for category ID and name. And also let's look at the fields. This is category ID is ID field. We don't need any validation, but the name in the category entity, it can be null, and also length need to be 50. And now let's create some validation in the DTO for the name. Okay, it's a string and it cannot be empty. We will use not empty annotation, and for the length cannot be greater than 50, that we will type size annotation, and maximum will be 50, and this will be validation, and it is Jakarta validation API, and it is fine. I think that we are done with category DTO, and now let's create product DTO. Same in the DTO package. That's fine. And now let me close these entities. Now let's look again in the product entity. I will copy all of the fields first, including these annotations. And now first thing what I will gonna do, I will remove these annotations because we don't need them in the DTO class. And let's remove these imports, we also don't need them. And let's look at the fields. Product brand, it's a string. but it also has some validation. It will be the same, not empty, and size maximum equals to 50. Let's write these annotations. And the same will be for model. Let's resolve all string validation for string fields. For description will be similar, but it will be 100. And let's resolve price. For price we need not, because it's a float, we will use a not null annotation also from Jakarta validation library. And we should type some minimal price, because we cannot have negative numbers, for example. I will type 10 as minimal price. For that we will use a decimal min annotation, and the value will be 10.0. It's for the price. And now we have timestamp in the create time in the product entity. Okay, it's a timestamp in the entity, but in the DTO it will be string. And we will not use any kind of validation for create time, and we will do the same in the update time. We will change the field to string. And image URL, it's a string. We will use not empty annotation, and size maximum will be 255, because it's a length, that's the length size in the product entity. And that will be okay. And we have one more field, category entity. And also we will change, it will not be category entity, neither category entity, neither category DTO. We need to change that field to integer, and we will call it category ID. And also we will mark that field with not null annotation, because it's a nullable false in the entity. I think that's good. The only thing that we need to do here is to generate getters and setters for all these fields. This serial version UID we will unmark, and let's generate getters and setters. And we still have some yellow annotations. We haven't used timestamp here, let's delete it, and category entity we don't use them. Let's use Control Shift and F and Control and S to save, and I think that this is good. It looks good for now, and we are done. We have created our DTO classes. And we will continue in the next tutorial.